Oh, yes, Mexico, our lovely neighbor to the south of the United States. It is currently the 14th largest nation in the world and shares a border with three other nations. It is not just the United States that it shares a border with, but also Guatemala and Belize. There is 750,000 miles of land in Mexico and 7,888 miles of water area in the country alone. Mexico was a land that was owned by Spain until they were declared their independence in 1821. The Spanish, they had arrived on Mexican soil in 1519, only to realize that the land was already occupied by various Indian groups. These groups, they consisted of like the Mayan Indians, which of course we're all very familiar with their pyramid-like towers, not towers, but like mountain areas that you see quite often in like music videos and movies, of course. The Yucatan and Indians and the Tarascan Indians, the Teutonic Indians, and even more, another well known one is the Aztec Indians. The Mayan cities of Chisetska, I can never say it, Uxmal and Palenque, and even the Aztec capital of Tenochtitlan, which is now modern day Mexico City, was what was known at the time when the Spaniards took over Mexico. From the conquest of the Hernando Cortez in 1821, Mexico was a colony of Spain. From that period of time, after the Spanish took over the Indian lands, the Spanish conquistadors divided the land amongst themselves, and after a while they actually became very, very greedy. On September 16th, which is considered their Independence Day, and this became part of their Independence Day because the priest Miguel Hidalgo was hung after ringing the church bells in celebration of possible independence from the Spanish. And this was because he made sure to let the Indians know about trying to take the land back from the Spanish. And because he gave the Indians this warning and information, the Spaniards hung him. In 1861, Mexico realized the amount of debt it was in and suspended all foreign payments, causing issues with the British, the Spanish, and the French. These countries occupied Veracruz in order to collect debt and other money owed. The British and Spanish, after this whole debacle, later withdrew, but the French overthrew the Mexican government. So after this, war was declared, the French and Mexican War, and after a while, the Mexican armies won a major battle, actually on May 5th, 1862. And oddly enough, because everyone thinks of Cinco de Mayo, I never realized that the reason why they call Cinco de Mayo is because they won this battle against the French. Mexico's educational system is actually divided into three levels, just like the United States. In the United States, we have, elementary, middle, and high school levels. In Mexico, they have primary education, primaria, which runs through grades preschool to sixth grade, which is the ages 6 to 12 years old. It's known for their basic education and actually includes what they consider Spanish, math, natural sciences, history, art, physical education. The next level in their educational system is the middle education known as lower secondary. Lower secondary is grades 7th through 9th. Then you have the secondary education or upper secondary education, which consists of grades 10th through 12th. They don't really view lower secondary as important very much as they do the upper secondary. Usually students, they have to apply to certain institutions when they reach the upper secondary level. And this is because many secondary education facilities are associated with universities and other colleges. This is pretty much to help students get on track with either career possibilities once they graduate secondary or high school level school, or to be admitted into a 4-year degree program. Then this gives them a chance to do like auto mechanics, medical field, education field, so on and so forth.